Hi, this is a tutorial on mechanical rigging in 3dsmax. I found this model on grabcad. I thought this looked nice, and I will have a link in the description. So before I imported it, I set the system unit to centimeters, and after importing I moved it a little bit so that the bottom of the tracks are on the ground and the center of the rotation is in 0 in X and Y. I also split it up in layers, so tracks, carriage, cab, boom, boom cylinder, arm, arm cylinder, and grabber. So first we are going to make an IK rig for the arm and cab. And then we're going to have FK IK blend rig. But let's make the IK first. Call this point IK cab. I'll make it yellow. Just to have, I like to have color codes on different things like IK, and yeah, you will see. Align it to this one. Make sure it's in 0, X and Y. I have a shortcut for the reference coordinate system, world, local, parents. So I use this quite a lot. Let's see. Copy this. Oops, sorry. Okay. Boom. Slightly smaller. Align it to here. But you see here it moves slightly to the right, so turn that off. Instance arm, that will be up here. And let's make a control as well for the IK. We also make a 0 for these ones. I'll make that one blue. And link the IK control to that. Turn on move locks. This way, when we are setting this up, and if I move the IK, I can always revert it back to 0. Let's link these ones up. Add the IK solver from the end to the boom, and then link to the control. When I go sideways, it will sort of twist. We don't want that, so we're going to limit. Okay, turn off X and C on this one as well. We'll set up the limit later. So they will only rotate in the y-axis. But then we need the cab here to look at the control. So it rotates like this. But we don't want to use a look at controller for the, it will look like this. But there is a function in Max that lets us use a 2D look at. So we use that. For this we'll need a second point here. Call that cab 0. We could just link that as well. We're going to add a script controller on the C rotation. We're going to use this one and that one. So we make a new variable called target. We're going to assign a constant because you can then type in dollar and you get the selected. I selected the wrong one. Sorry, this is going to be the target. And I create a new one. Ref for reference. This is going to be the reference. If I choose this one, you would get the circular dependency. So let's type an expression. Tm for transform matrix equals target dot transform times inverse ref dot transform. Then we're going to add take to rad to convert degrees to radians. And here comes the function 8 and 2 tm dot pos dot y tm dot pos dot x. So this function uses two inputs, one y coordinate and one x coordinate. Evaluate. So now we got a 2D look at. Good, good. So when I moved IK control, I want it to orient itself in the plane of the IK solver. So I'm going to use the same function as this. So this will sort of look back, but it will create a circular dependency again. But there's a workaround for this. I'm going to make a new helper, link it to the same helper this one is linked to. I'm going to copy the position and paste this as an instance. That way they will have the same position. They're not linked together, but act like they're linked together. Call this one IK control look at ref. C rotation, float script, target, ref, and now this one is going to be the reference. tm equals target.transform times inverse ref.transform, take the rad 810.2 tm.post.y tm.post.x. So now I want to move this. If I move in world space, I can move it in straight lines, you know. If I move it in local, it will be in the plane of the arm. Then we're going to make the helpers, we're going to blend with the okay. Call this one control cap. Make this one red. Link it to the same. Make it a bit bigger. Control boom. Not an instance, just a copy to make it a bit smaller. Arm. This can be an instance. And on the end here is going to be the grabber is going to be attached. Can make this one smaller. 3. Link. Then we are going to use orientation constraints. So the grabber going to stay vertical, but it will rotate along sort of this way. So we can just take that and take orientation constraint to the cap. Then we're going to make the cylinders. Let's just make a point. Cylinder barrel 0. Let's make it a lot more. Look at. I'll make this one purple, pink, sorry. Rename this to word 0. Constraint look at. I always set the view length to 0 because I don't like all these lines. So the look at axis is going to be along X, And the source and upnode alignment is going to be Y because they are going to be rotating along Y, so you don't get any flipping. Don't flip. If this one is set to C as it was, you will have a flip here. I also always set the up node to this 0 point. Because when the cab starts to rotate, you will they will sort of twist out of place if they set the world. So let's copy this world. Look at. We need to change the target here. Going to look at that one. So there's one cylinder here and one here. So just copy. Align. Make sure there is 0. Does this look right? Yeah, I think so. Yep. This one next. Sure the Y is 0, so be in the center. Same with that one. Then we have to link these up. So the bottom one is going to go follow the cab. This one is going to follow the boom. This is always also going to follow the boom. And this is going to follow the arm. So now we can use these cylinders to set the limits on the IK. Let's see here. Going to go in hierarchy, IK. Turn on limits. So like 58 seems about right. Let's do 7. This one as well, the boom, limit on. So here it's going out. So yeah, 11, 10 is good. 2, 45. And then we got the limits set up. Let's link up the other stuff as well. Yes, I think that will do for this episode. Thank you for watching.